Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having had a great weekend. Listen to me a little something while y'all come up in. Y'all know what going on. Sunday. Happy Sunday. Going on. We got some Tiffany Queen. How y'all doing? On my way back home. Hope y'all having a great Sunday. On the road. I took my cruise control because I am tired. Thank you for praying. We need it. We need it as we prepare for arguments tomorrow. On my nephew's account and my account, so he can just tell us how he's feeling through text messages and calls and things like that. I text him. I don't know if he realized. He probably don't know that I put money on his books. Um, but I did so we can communicate and so we can, say a prayer to him and let him know that, everything is okay. Um, I'm praying, actually, y'all to pray for my sister. This has really, really put a toll on her because she actually, like, on her way home, she passed out in her yard, leaving my dad's house. We all, sit around and talked and stuff like that. And I was telling my dad, I'm like, you can see the devastation on her. You can see that the worry, because she feel like, if they went to these great lengths just to try to railroad her son, she don't know what else they're going to do. And, on this journey with me, with I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna start over because Clan Nation. Y'all already know when I go through these little country towns, I'd be glad that they fix these, get these freeways going so we can stay off these little country roads. So I just wait until I get some more signal in before I just completely say what I'm saying because I know I'm looking at my bars, so I know I might be going in and out on here. So I just say happy Sunday again. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Oh, I have this big shirt on, y'all. I like to drive comfortable. Where is the 75 miles per hour speed limit at? Oh, give me some speed. I need some speed. Okay, so I'm back in here. I see some bars and I don't see a bar. You guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I am in Clan Nation, so y'all already know how it works. And I have AT&T. AT&T sucks. AT&T sucks. Okay, I see some R's. Hopefully. Okay, let me start over. As you guys, I took y'all. I was taking y'all on this journey with me. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Welcome, Lisa. I was taking you guys on this journey with me, and as y'all witnessed, and a lot of people probably didn't witness it, but I took y'all on this journey because I wanted you guys to see, you know, the lengths that these DAs will go just to get a conviction. Even when you have someone like a scorned woman telling you, hey, I was just upset, y'all blowing this out of proportion, I was just mad, and they still want to go on with the case. Um, a lot of you guys witnessed when we went to talk, as well as the alleged accuser. She was telling us about the DA. She was telling us that the DA, trying to, railroad him, and they added the gun charges on my nephew. They over exaggerated, and they made something innocent out of, made it something extreme. They took it to the extreme, as y'all was on here. Y'all did hear the alleged accuser say this. She said this out her mouth. Um, if you didn't see it, I did put it on private. I'm gonna put it, back or take it off private later on. But I need people to pray for my sister, because this is really it's really emotionally affecting her and physically, because we were talking about the situation, and she went home. She said, I'm not feeling well, y'all. I'm gonna go home, and when she made it home, she passed out in her yard. Um, and I don't know if you guys were able to hear it, but like my nephew, the argument starts tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm on my way back to Houston. I wanted to stay, you know, but I wanted to, help my sister, try to get as much done as possible. But I have to go back to meet with the surgeon because I have to have another major operation. So I have to meet with them in the morning. And so the argument starts tomorrow. And so, like I said, I put, money on my nephew's book. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. If you did hear it, if you did hear what I said, but I'm just repeating myself because I didn't have a lot of bars when I was back in the other town. So I am repeating myself. So, um, where, the argument starts, the arguments start tomorrow. And as a lot of you guys witnessed, that the DA trumped up charges that wasn't even supposed to be there. No guns was displayed. There was nothing like that, no robbery or anything like that. She said when they came from, out to eat, they had an argument, a little disagreement, he didn't put his hands on her or anything like that. And, she's actually still reaching out to my sister. And then I also found out this, my sister told me, she said, she even after, going through her divorce, ugly divorce, she lost her mother, just recently lost her mother in the process. And she said she doesn't have a mother figure, so now she's calling my sister, talking to my sister, because my sister, talk to her sweet and, give her comfort. And she said to tell his auntie, tell her I love her, I appreciate her too, and I like how y'all keep it real, and stuff like that. So this woman went through a nasty divorce. Um, she was in a bad relationship, and then she lost her mother on top of it. And I can tell you, losing a mother will, if you love your parents like you do, it will mess your mind up. And I'm pretty sure she going through what she went through and devastation of that. It's just like I don't have anything. I don't have anyone. She said she don't have. She said she don't have anything, and she's happy that God put us in her life. And so I'm like, wow. But my nephew, like, he kept calling, and so I'm like, he needs to really talk to us because tomorrow's argument. I'm like, I'm trying to, you guys, this teller thing is so crazy. The money you put on there, you put $25. I was putting $25 on there so we can be able to like call him, so he can call me and I can call my sister as well. And so I'm looking at the amount that we will have after giving them $25. It's like $13. I said, are you freaking crazy? Are y'all kidding me? Y'all, I'm giving y'all $25 so I can communicate with my nephew, and we only can use $13 of that. What the heck going on? The system is really, really crazy. But also, I want you guys to know how self-love is the best love. Thank you. Please pray for him. Pray for his mother. Pray for my nephew. We did as much as we could, and I'm headed back to Houston because, like I said, I have to meet with the surgeons tomorrow because I'm having another major operation. So I have to meet with them tomorrow. So I had to come back. So, but my sister, she's so devastated. She hurt, and I don't know if you guys were that's in the chat were y'all on live with us when we was dealing with what this lady said the prosecutors did. They just threw charges on my son. They put these Trump charges on my son, on my nephew. I'm sorry, on my nephew. And y'all can hear for yourself what this lady was saying. You can hear her say, I kept going to these prosecutors. I even wrote them, and then how they was trying to send her over to my nephew's attorney and stuff like that. It's like they were trying to sabotage some stuff. And I'm like, look at God, because God worked in a mysterious way. And then the private investigator happens to be there at that time. Like it was hard for us to get in contact with the attorney and everything, and then everybody started popping up all at once. The private investigator, my nephew's attorney, the alleged accuser was with us, and I'm like, look at God. But when you see what these DA, how the prosecutors in the government, how they work, and it is so dirty. And this is going to be one of the things that I will be using for example. Like right now, Miss Tracy was talking about the guy that was on Creed 3 and how quick things just went with that flip for him, losing endorsements and stuff like that, because you have some female that's distraught and they only taking the female side of the story and not taking both sides of the story. And that's what I think should happen. Do not jump to conclusions. Okay, when you have an accuser come, do not jump to conclusions. Yes, take it serious, but do your job. Investigate. Make sure you cross every T and dot every I, hearing both sides of the story, investigating both sides. And that's only fair. And that's the only thing I'm asking for. That's the only thing I'm asking for. That's the only thing I'm asking for in this, for them to be fair to for my nephew. We see how they was railroading him. And I just pray. I hate I can't be there. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there in prayer. I'm gonna be there. Pray. I'm gonna be praying for my nephew. I'm gonna be praying for my sister. I need somebody to go there, be there with her, and because I was telling my dad, I said you could tell, Sissy is reaching out to, reaching out in her way because she's not gonna reach out to you because she one of them people like me. She's headstrong and stubborn, but you can tell how she's interacting. You know how she's worried, and then you go home and you pass out on in your lawn, in your yard, like on your. I mean, I'm like, this is really devastating. Like I left there with chest pains, and I'm putting a peel up under my tongue as I'm driving. Like this stuff it drives you crazy. And this system, that's why y'all, real talk, I don't care what nobody say. You can hate a person, you can do whatever you want, but at the same time we all need to get together and change this law to be fair for both parties. Also, I got information about another person being accused of sexual assault, being arrested, and I'm like, this is freaking crazy. Like, no, anybody can accuse you of something, and just because you can't say, oh, she's a female, so she is true, even though we have a high percentage of the, violence towards women. Yes, we do. But let the law be the law. Let the law be the law. Because for them to do what they did to my nephew, my sister had to tell him no visitation what would happen. But please be careful, be strong. Don't say anything because my nephew got a slick mouth, and we don't want him to go in there hyped up and amped up and mad because of what these prosecutors did to him and make things worse for him. And that's crazy where you have to guide your sons to how to drive and what to do and how to do it. Like my son just bought a car and he don't even want to drive his car out of town because the paper tag. He said, I just rather get the regular tags and then I'll drive anywhere I want to. I just don't want to encounter any police officers. I don't want to be involved with the police. My son tried to drive the right way. He drive the speed limit. He don't even want to be involved with an officer, period. And to have your kids where they are afraid, they might need to call the officer and the officer flip on them. My son went through it. My nephew going through it. My cousins has gone through it. And a lot of people don't understand why I continue to fight the way I do because of this system that we have. And it's actually like the Undertaker burying our boys, men. And I'm just not going to go stand for it. So I just ask y'all to just pray for my nephew. And I'm just trying not to be upset, even though I know my nephew, he is a spoiled brat and everything. Like we was telling this girl about my nephew. Like my nephew, he wouldn't do anything like that. He's a spoiled brat, and he's a player. And she said she was so hurt, and she just felt guilty because it was just hitting her conscience. It was hitting her conscience, and that's why she said. Matter of fact, y'all, she told my sister. She actually went back the third day after all of that happened and told them people, I don't want to press charges. It didn't even happen that way. And they was telling her, no, he can get out and he can do this and do that. And she was like, he didn't do anything. We just had an argument, and I was upset because I've been going through some things and I was upset and they just still, oh, we just gonna take it. You can say what you want to say. We're gonna take over the case. You can drop it all you want. And that's not fair. That's not fair. It's not. Genesis, I don't know if you was on, but a lot of people witnessed this lady doing all she can to drop these charges, and they will not, for no reason at all, do it. She wrote a statement. The investigator. She wrote a statement to the investigator. She went to the prosecutors on the third day, and so my nephew been in there going on 9 months, and they still like, we don't give a damn what you said. We got them in here in the system now, so we don't give a damn what you said. And then like you see it like the black woman that was there, and a lot of people was witness to that. You can hear these black scorn women. They were scorn. These are scorn women that was talking to us that was supposed to be on my nephew's side, and they were saying they was in there. They just had one of them moments too. They was in there crying and stuff, and I said, y'all scorn bitter women. I'll let y'all, whoever, if you didn't witness this or see it, what we went through to get in contact with the attorneys and stuff like that. This one was like, yeah, but this has happened, and the men's is yada yada. And so you have a bunch of women like this that is so, man, they bash men because they've been through so much in their lives, but it's the men that you pick. You got to know who's for you, and you got to know how to pick them. And we got to stop that. Because if you see somebody that's not right, that sign should be there right then and there. And this lady was giving my nephew thousands of dollars, and it's just like you paying for companionship. This lady was paying for companionship, so it was like to her that I didn't get what I paid for, and I want a refund. I want y'all to this, this is damaged goods. So get rid of this damaged goods because I paid for it and it wasn't what it's supposed to be. And that's what we have as women. We need to stop all this revenge because you mad. Yes, and I'm gonna keep expressing this. Yes, we do have a lot of women that has gone through it. I have gone through it, but I got my ass up out of there. I said, it was nothing people can tell me. I'm in love. I'm scared too at the same time, getting my ass beat. I'm like, my family prayed for me and stuff like that. An investigator even came and talked to me and and stuff like that, and I said something different, but it was up to me. It was up to me to walk out of that relationship and try to make sure I walk out of that relationship alive, and I did just that. Because when I know I said enough is enough, and I fought that big bastard like I was a man. And he was shocked that I fought back. I fought back. He was hitting me like I was a man, and I fought to my knees, but I got back up and we was fighting. I put every energy into that fight to let him know, you know what? I'm not gonna let you push over me. I'm not gonna let you bully me. And I got away. I left. So we have to know the signs as well. So, like I said, in a situation, so many things we can learn from these situations with these men. You better be careful messing with these storm women. And then you have to ask yourself a question: how many men you have dated? They sit down. Oh, I was in this relationship. This didn't work. I was in this relationship. It didn't work. You have to be like, wait a minute now. She in all these relationships today. These relationships is with sour. It has to be something wrong with her. And you get the hell on. Men's, even with the women, these men. I wish men's. A lot of men ain't gonna tell you they whole full story, but we'll tell you everything about our lives. You know what we have gone through. So, hold up, y'all. Trying to set my. Okay. Try to read something. Read, y'all. I read that one. Yeah, I mean, them troublemakers, yeah, we have some troublemakers, you know. I just hope, like I told my dad, I hope my nephew wake up from this situation, you know, and leave these women alone and stop trying to use these women and playing these little stories. You a foster child and your mother did you wrong and stuff like that, and you trying to give her this sad story and stuff like that. I like to investigate honey and stuff. So I even was teaching my daughters. I'm like, girls, find out as much because they can lie about their, their names and stuff. Try to find out as much you can. My daughter, when she started dating her son's father, she went all in his glove compartment, honey. She was pulling out information, taking pictures, trying to find out who the hell he, making sure he's the person he say he is. You know, sometimes we got to do that. You know. Thank, thank you. Um, She told him. She said she called. She said she told him I will not be there. She said if I go there, if I go there, they're not gonna subpoena her because she's telling them. If I go there, I'm gonna tell them exactly went down how it went down and what y'all did. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see. Well, she been showing up, doing everything that she was needing to do, and she, and she's still in contact with us. She's still calling us, and this the people that was on live with us, y'all can hear that girl crying. She started crying, and she that guilt and she hurt, and she was like, she didn't mean to put him through this situation. He don't deserve to be put through this situation, even though he hurt her. It wasn't that serious. When I say hurt her feelings, used her like we all have been used. We've been used for money, poo nanny, all kinds of things. And we hurt behind it. We become bitter behind this. And she was already going through some things mentally in her mind. So, y'all, I just can't wait till tomorrow. What are you laughing about, Trigger? Thank, thank you. Tracy was just reading an article on this guy from Creed 2, 3 that the girl even went and recanted her story. She was just a mad ass woman. So I want to know his situation. Now, enough of this come out in the open, something has to give. Somebody gonna have to change something on how to fix the and know the damn scarred, battered women from the women that has gone through it. But you have some actors, actresses, and stuff like Drea Lee, her ass, she can really play them games, but she crying and acting all like somebody done did something to her. Acting as somebody done did something to her, Drea Lee, and her ass didn't tell nobody she was chewing on the young herself. She ain't tell nobody her sins. She's speaking on somebody else's sin and trying to act like she's a saint. And that's what I'm saying. People say what they want to say. I can't believe you a woman and you sitting up here, you don't believe. Now y'all bastards see why I don't believe when people say something. I want all the evidence. I want to hear both sides of the story. I want to see both sides of the evidence. Because it's going to be hard to convince me otherwise. You can get on a lifetime of lies and cry a damn river. And you see this girl, she cried out of guilt. And a lot of them people that was on them lifetime of lies was crying out of guilt and stuff for what they was on there doing. Crying out of guilt. Okay, just like Dominique. What Dominique say? She said they talked to me about him and I was upset and I was crying because how they was treating him and how they was doing Robert. And they took that clip of her crying and edited it and put it their version. Maybe when people do these kind of things, have your person go in there and record. Like, let's record this whole thing. I want somebody to come in and record, because if y'all trying to screw up some things and make it different from what I'm saying to y'all, I want it to be out there because it's pitiful. Stay on the run. Stay on the run. Okay? I'm gonna talk to my sister to see if she's willing to. If she's talking about going in and dropping it. I mean, she had. Going and speaking to the judge, telling the judge what happened. But she gave her information to the private investigator, and they did a what you call it. And I was talking about. We were talking about it the whole time while we was there. Oh my God, y'all know what I'm talking about. You have it signed and somebody silly. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But all of that's been done. What's up, cousins? let me let me let me pause this. My sister. Let me ask her something because the girl probably called her. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, you guys. It was her. I was trying to get some information. Um, she saying now she don't know what the situation's gonna be because she said since the girl came up, came forward, recanted her story, so they don't really know what's gonna happen. Said the prosecutors up there talking about trying to reduce his bond. I'm like, ain't nobody finna give him no more damn money, okay? Nobody giving him no money. No, let him the hell up out of there. See, my sister, she's the type of person, she just be like, I just had enough. And she just be like, whatever, whatever, I'm just tired. And I just wish I was there so I could be her voice because I don't mind speaking. I don't mind talking. And y'all see, y'all witnessed it yourself. My sister told me to shut up, but I told her I ain't shutting up. That's how exactly how I said I ain't shutting up. Shit. So you can tell she just got that worry on her face. Um, she got that worry on her face. Immediately with that chapter. You see, wait a minute. I see what? Yes, I saw that. I saw that thing, girl. I saw her. Yeah, I was looking at that thing. I'm sick of looking at this darn thing here. I want me a salad. I want me a Caesar salad. It's raining. I don't feel like getting out. And I wish the people had a drive through. I wish Olive Garden had a drive through or something so I could get me a salad. How you eat salad and drive? How you eat salad and drive? What else been going on in the streets, honey? So I can put my little 2 cents in. Y'all, what's been going on in the streets? What's been going on in the streets? I'm gonna need some crawfish. I can't eat crawfish and dry. So I'm gonna be praying for my nephew. I feel like this situation here and other situations, I'm gonna get all this stuff together, get some paperwork together, and I just want to go somewhere and find out where I need to go and speak on this stuff. Call these different cases. These cases is like what these people has gone through, and I just feel like there should be a new law, where people can, come up and have a fair trial, And like, with Mystical, and hats off to him, which it might be a little too late for him because his name is already, tainted. He's basically saying, don't be putting this information out in the public because are y'all will be messing up my right to a fair trial. So I don't know. I'm gonna go back and look and see what information that pulls up new information on Mystical and the gag orders and stuff that his attorneys asked him to do. To put in a gag order, and I think that should happen with people put in gag orders, especially with these celebrities. Put some gag orders. Don't allow anyone to speak. And I think with the situation with Robert Vincent, Judge Vincent, in that 2008 trial, he put a gag order, and look how smooth that went. That went smooth, and it gave him a right to a fair trial, and that's what the attorney's supposed to do. Clear their clients, and each party's supposed to present their information and persuade the jurors. And so both parties should be able to have that, it should be fair on both sides, you know. And the DA shouldn't have to go through any kind of loopholes or railroad people and all these little tactics and digging up people's past and scaring them into doing stuff and testifying and testifying and giving people immunity and things like that. Because if you have to give people immunity to try to get someone, that should be shady, to the public. These potential jurors, when they have paying, giving people immunity for their wrongdoing, that right there should be a red flag to them. They should be like, this is a red flag right here, because why they have to give this man immunity and he did some wrongdoing too, and this man sitting here and they using this man that did some conning to say some stuff against this man to put him in jail so he can get out of jail. That shouldn't even go. Really, that shouldn't happen that way. Period. But I'm not gonna stay on here long. I've been on here for 43 minutes. Tomorrow I'll let you guys know what happened. I'm gonna, surf the web, while I'm driving and listen to some, videos, or, I just entertain myself with music. But I just ask you guys, to pray for my nephew, pray for my sister, pray for the young woman as well. She's young, but she really looks young. She looks young. She looks about my nephew age, even though she's an older woman. Um, so we even told my nephew, like, see, like that, she would have made a great in-law. Like we was telling my nephew, like she is really sweet. I seem like she would have made a great in-law, because we in our family we can smell the dirty ones. We be like telling them that she ain't right, she ain't right. You better leave her alone, and they be mad at us, and then it just come out just like that. It shows that it's raining, y'all. My signal must be messed up because I don't see nothing flowing down here. But I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on and and stuff like that. I also let y'all know when I go in for my operation. I need you guys to pray for me. I'll pray for you guys. And I'm a tough cookie either or. I'm gonna go in there, you know, a strong person, and just pray that my nephew learn his lesson, and pray for everybody that's involved. Just pray for everybody that's involved in this situation. Um, as some say, women act out, and we act on our emotions, which we do. We get our little feeling hurts and we go off, which we do. But anyway, y'all have a great week. I'll keep y'all updated on everything. Um, I've been seeing things about what Jennifer Bungie, talked about as well. I'll talk about that too when I come on, so I can write it down so I won't forget. Um, and talk about other cases as well. And just talk about what we need to do to try to get these laws changed so it can be fair for on both sides, may it be a female or male. Let it be fair. So y'all have a great one. Talk to you guys soon.